What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws. It's all in your mind and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly.
Today, we're not just racing, we're chasing something greater. Like in Formula One, every second we give, every risk we take, brings us closer to our best. This is about more than speed. It's about unity, passion, and the drive to push beyond limits. So let's hit the track with heart, race with purpose, and show what we can achieve together. Here in SLR.
So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. Die today or make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly.
Hello and welcome one and all to the launch event for Season 18 here at SLR. This evening we'll be having a Grill the Grid section with the drivers, and after that we'll be kicking off the driver and team lineups. All that and some more from myself, Tipsy Bob, and of course the wonderful brother Joel. But we won't keep you too long tonight, so let's get straight into it, kicking off with Grill the Grid.
Who's got F1 World Champion confidence, but bronze tier pace?
I'm gonna go with bronze tier pace. Christian.
Want to say Lars. He's very confident before races and then he likes to complain after about stuff. Yeah.
Fedevara. Absolutely. Ex-Crystals. He's all talk and no pace, so there you go.
We've got a bunch of guys with a lot of confidence, but as for not having the pace to match, that is a good question. Kit, I'll just say Kit. if in doubt, say Kit. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Right. Let me think. I think it's got to be Warch this season. I mean, he's gone to tier 1. He wants to challenge those guys. I think he's the one.
Who blames lag every time they mess up at turn 1?
Not entirely too lag. Eversnacks.
That would be me. also to be fair, sometimes it might be lag, sometimes it might not be. So it's
Oh, that's boosted mess.
I would have said boosted mess, but he is since last season has fixed his internet, so hopefully we won't see any shenanigans into turn 1 from him. I think any of the guys on any other platform other than Steam
I am tempted to go for myself here. I'm gonna just say Horizon, and he will know why I've gone for him.
If you had to pick one driver to be cut from the grid, who would you pick? Yeah.
Myself.
Like, not race with us.
Yeah, like cut.
It's Percy Gillis who can go back to engineering me.
Ocean Chief Tier 3.
Oh.
Move him up. Move him up.
Okay. Righty. Okay. One driver to get cut. As a league admin, I want everybody to race, obviously, but if I had to pick someone, it would probably be the person who complains the most. And I don't know who that is right now. I'll tell you when the season gets underway, but possibly Dice. I'm just going to throw him under the bus. But he raced for us before. He was an interesting driver, shall we say. And he is, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, he has bought the game, and it looks like he's probably going to race again this season. So yeah, he's a character, and he is popular. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on this season.
Oh, that's just rude. Okay, let's cut one driver from the grid. Actually, yes. I will think about this one for a bit. Give me a second. I'm all right. Let's go John Wick, because I'm gonna be fighting him again. I know that I'm gonna be fighting him, and I know he's gonna fight me as hard as he possibly can. And also, if he was cut, that means we can get somebody else in. I'm gonna throw out John Wick here.
All right, this is a tough one. Who's the human version of a red flag?
Bailey.
In terms of danger, or all around human being?
All around.
All around. I don't think it's fair for me to say that anyone is a red flag.
Okay, what about just on the track?
I don't know, I haven't clashed with anyone really, but yeah, well, I'm gonna say Snacks on that. He likes to create yellow flags in tier 1 races last season. I'll say Snacks.
Pretty serious question you're asking there.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
Everyone's great.
Aw.
And maybe if Astro Boys was still on the server. Just kidding.
Dice. Yeah, Dice. Like, I just watched a race there, with Dice in it, and he did some interesting stuff. He is definitely safety car magnet, red flag magnet. Let's see. I don't want to give him too much grief though. I do love the guy. So I will say Fedavara X Crystals. He goes by 2 names. But yeah, he is a rapid guy, but sometimes a wee bit too rapid, and often will send it into the wall. So he is Italian, so he is an emotional character. Love him also, but yeah, he could be the one.
Oh God, this is just I'm grilling these people. Oh my God.
Remember, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
See, again, if this was for interrupting sessions, it would be me as the red flag. Right, the human equivalent of a red flag. Oh my God, I don't want to be that rude to anyone. Let's go for Bailey.
Who's racing on controller and handing out free smoke to wheel users?
Well, for myself, I'm gonna have to go with Finley Smith.
That would be Jamie. Man's insane.
Speedy.
That's a good question. There's a number of pod users that are just killing it in tier 1. Like I have to say, Jammy is the one that stands out. There are other guys, but I would also say that there's a guy in tier 3 keyboard. He's on a keyboard, and he's like he's on a cheap keyboard, and he's beating guys on like £1,000 rigs quite easily. But yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I think Jammy races on controller. I have to go Jammy.
Who has the most creative excuses every race?
Kit.
Lars.
I don't know, actually. I rarely read chat after the races, so that would probably help if I did that. But no, I don't know.
Okay.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I have to go with Lars of the Red Hat Lovers. I don't know, like he tends to have some performance in races, but whenever I listen to his interviews after the race, there's always excuses in there. So I don't think we've seen the best of Lars yet. So I think next season is the season. We're going to see Lars rise to the occasion, and maybe he will enjoy a race.
See, now you've put me in a tough spot because I want to put Horizon for this one.
And you
well,
can't.
no, I don't. I'm not going to double up. I'll never double up. Right. Let's find someone. Sure. Yeah. Excuses every race. Let's go Meepo for this one. Yeah, Meepo.
Who's crying the second dynamic weather hits?
Noah.
I can see Snacks doing that.
Who is crying? I think it would be me. I can just about keep it together in dry conditions, but in wet conditions, yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I think pretty much anyone in tier 3 probably will probably say it would be themselves. We are not a fan of the wet stuff in tier 3. We can barely keep it together as it is.
Everybody. Can I nominate the whole grid? Oh.
If you want.
Yeah, I'll just go for everyone. Everybody always seems to be crying. I'm gonna nominate the whole grid for this. Every tier as well.
Not just calling it one driver now.
Let's go nominate tier 2 for this one.
Who still doesn't understand tire strategy in 2025?
Oh, that could be Christian again, to be honest, 'cause he asks me. Yeah, Christian again.
Me. The tires either die off quickly or they last forever. I'm not sure which. So that would be me.
Ocean Chief.
Power strategy. I think that would be any tier 3 driver again, myself included.
I actually don't know who's good and bad with tire strategy, but I know that, well, you know, Christian's good at taking poles. He's not very good at taking race wins. I'm gonna go Christian here.
All right. Who has a full-on radio meltdown if they get a track limits warning?
Bailey again.
I've said Lars too many times, so I'm gonna say someone else. I'm gonna say my secondary choice would be Lepson.
I would have said Pretorius as he was still racing. Maybe Icewind.
I'm gonna say Fedivara, aka X Crystals. As I mentioned, he is quite an emotional character, and he does tend to push the limits, sometimes a bit too much, and yeah, the emotions come in. So, yep, I would put Fedivara down for that one.
Yeah, let's go Fede for this one.
Who is a rolling safety hazard every time they enter a braking zone?
Meepo.
Ben. It's Ben. He likes to. Nothing wrong with that. He's just very aggressive. He fights for positions, which is all fair in games. But that's just if you don't expect it, then you might clash with him.
Probably someone who breaks really early. Boosted mess again, probably.
Well, I think if you asked me previous seasons, I would have a list of names for you. But last season, we saw like I don't know about the other tiers. I drove in tier 3, and we drove like gentlemen. A lot of respect on track. But if I had to pick someone out, I think I'm just gonna throw it out there. So hopefully it doesn't take offense to this, but Raptor Main. And it's only because I remember one particular race where he was just sending it every corner. So I'm going to put him down for this one, unfortunately.
Let me put in Keyboard Magnussen, because he's just so quick on the straights and he just comes out of nowhere. You don't expect him and then you're turning into him. Oh yeah, Keyboard Magnussen for sure. Absolutely.
Who's celebrating a P8 finish like it's Abu Dhabi 2021?
Makenda.
Me, easy. No, okay. To be fair, it's not me when I'm consistently fighting in the points for top 5s and then drop back to PA. But it was definitely me at the start of last season when I couldn't get out of like 15th and then got P5. So
Okay.
that would be me.
Oh, that's Ocean Chief. That's the most Ocean Chief thing ever. Or maybe if it was P10.
I would say it is Sunday who drives tier 3.
Let's go Tooch for this one.
Who defends dirty, races dirty, and still calls it clean?
I don't know it. Meepo.
I don't think I can answer this one. I'm gonna leave it up to the viewers to decide on that one.
I think everyone's pretty clean. Maybe me, in fact.
Oh.
Okay. Our gamer, I would put down for this one. The guy is rapid. He is very fast. He's very aggressive on track. And he will send it if there's a chance to do so. So yeah, I mean, you got a mix of driving, different driving skills, techniques, whatever you want to call it. Our gamer's definitely someone who just like he'll use qualifying for practice, and then by the time the race comes along, halfway through, he's all over you and sending it left, right, and center. So he did get a race win last season as well with that strategy. So fair play to him.
Yeah. All right, this is just gonna be rude now, but for some reason, whenever I'm close to McKenner, something happens to me. So I'm gonna go McKenner. I don't even think it's his fault, but it's just, I always seem to die around him.
Who should absolutely not be allowed in turn 1 with other people?
That's not Christian.
And what I've seen Chief have a fair share of turn 1 incidents, I'm gonna say Chief.
Okay, let's throw another driver under the bus. I don't know. Like going forward, I think obviously you learn from your mistakes, but Meepo has been known to be very aggressive. Definitely goes for moves that other people might not go for, but yeah, the guy is improving all the time, so I'm hoping that we don't see a repeat of that this season and he can challenge Justin for the championship.
I feel like I'm always scared. I probably shouldn't be, but I'm always scared around our gamer. Let's put our gamer in there.
Who sends dive bombs from Narnia and calls it racing instinct?
Meepo.
That would be Ben. No, I'm not even gonna pull any punches. That Ben.
Bedivara.
Oh, that's Dice. That is Dice again, yeah. Sorry, Dice.
I'm gonna put this on futuristic. I'm sorry, man.
Who's cooked every race and still says GG like they didn't take 4 people out?
God. Ever Snacks.
Okay.
Meepo. No, that happened only once, to be fair, with Hungary, but it's just a running gag right now.
I hate to do this, but it's Dice again. Yeah, Dice Man. He's an enigma. He's a phenom. He will send it on people, and yeah, whenever you look back, it looks crazy. But to him, he's like, yeah, that was an awesome move.
Who thinks undercutting on lap 4 is big brain strategy?
It's got to be Christian. Oh no.
Oh, Chief again. He's going back to the tyre strategy master.
I will go for my teammate last season, the singing Swede, futuristic.
Yeah, I'll actually double up on this one. Meepo, sorry, man. I'm taking this one.
And we have a special question for you. Do you love Swedish people?
Wow. I could get into a lot of trouble right now. I love Swedish people. I really do. They're so good. I love their meatballs, their Ikeas, their... Oh my word. Well, I mean, what is there to hate about Sweden? It's a running joke though. I will say I do actually have a soft spot for the Swede, especially futuristic, and yeah, he's just a funny guy. He's a unusual character, shall we say? But yeah, he's a very nice guy. Kid apparently Swedish as well. I don't.
I'm gonna say there's a
believe that.
certain Swede who's gonna be sad if you don't mention him. So
Yeah, I don't think he's not Swedish, man. He's Colombian or something, or I don't know where he's from, but he's Sweden. No, come on. That's some rumor that got started. I don't know. It's got out of hand.
And last one for you. Do you think your tier placement was undeserved?
Yes. Thanks, Kit, for giving me the chance. I'm going to win 5 races in a row in Tier 3, and then you have to force me up into 1, so watch this.
Well, there we have it. That was the Grill the Grid. I have to say that was the first time I heard that. Very enjoyable. Some interesting questions, and I have to say, it sounded like people had a line in for Meepo and Dice there, Joel. What did you think?
Yeah, it definitely was Grill the Grid, and not slightly toast them. But yeah, some definite grilling going on there. Yeah, very interesting to get everyone's opinions and behind the scene look, as we're moving on now to the grid reveal for Tier 1. And very shortly, some fancy graphics and expertly done by our resident graphic man, Kit, as the Tier 1 grid will be revealed. Very competitive grid it was last season, and I'm sure we will top it this season. And let's hope for a bit of a closer championship fight. Perhaps Justin will definitely have other ideas.
Yes, Joel, as you and I have been hanging around SLR for quite a long time, we have seen many different forms of Tier 1, and many seasons it has been rightly stacked. We have had a snippet at this Tier 1 grid, and it is, as Joel says, it is stacked. So will we get into it, Joel?
Yes, so Mercedes, Verch and Noah, the Flying Finn. They will be looking to put a Constructors' Championship on the board as we move on to Aston Martin, number 24, Bobo, a new and rapid driver. 77, imitating Valtteri Bottas. Copy is in that seat.
And in the Alpine, we have, what is it? It's number Whom is the driver? It is number 8 in the Alpine, and that will be a Desi, a very fast Finn who was out for a while, and he's back. Number 47 joining him is Tugay. Fantastic driver.
Absolutely, and the Kick Sauber F1 team, one that Bailey desperately does not want to be in. Let's see if his wishes come true. 32, Rocco, a new exciting member of the SLR community, straight into Tier 1, as is Gamab, who rounds off the Kick Sauber team.
And in the wonderful Williams, the Blue Williams for Tier 1, we have driver number 13, and that is Meepo, very popular in Grill the Grid, and his teammate number 99, Jammy.
Oh, some beef there with the two. Jammy nominating Meepo for almost every award. And Red Bull, then, let's see who is driving for their number 47, Peresegli. If I've said that completely wrong, probably, but he is very rapid, especially in the social races, and he will be alongside a fellow Finn in Makenda.
Strong team there. And then the other Red Bull is, let's see, it is number 79, and taking that seat is Kit, or Rickety, as people know him. And number 21, his teammate is Justin.
Yeah, the defending champion, sticking at the same team. And here are the reigning constructor champions. It was Jammy and Christian last time out. Number 37, who it will be, it is Bailey Thompson, returning to a full-time seat. And number 19, Christian, who stays at McLaren.
Wow, that McLaren team is pretty strong, but moving into the boys in red, I stumbled there. In the Ferrari is number 3, and that is Finlay Smith. And then his teammate will be number 46, Night Owl.
Absolutely, and slightly losing count now. Haas, here we are. Is this maybe the last team? There might be one more, I can't remember. Number 51, Alex Norris, absolutely rapid. And number 13, alongside him is Rising Moon, a new name which we'll be looking forward to seeing race. And that is the Tier 1 grid.
Wow. That is an absolutely stacked grid. I mean, right off the bat there, Joel, I have to say, I mean, we have a couple of Tier 1 champions there. Of course, we have Justin, 4-time record holder of SLR, 4 titles. But we've got Makenda, Tier 1 champion. We've got Copy, a very early on SLR Tier 1 champion. Have we got anyone else? Who else? Did I miss someone there, Joel? Yes, that's it. Of course, how could I forget Bailey, the EGL champion? He won it when he was just a child. And yes, he's teaming up with another potential Tier 1 contender, Christian. And I know Bailey and Christian practice a lot together. And to see them and the team together is quite interesting. Also, Meepo and Jammy, that's going to be quite interesting.
Absolutely. Plenty to look forward to and anticipate as we will reveal the calendar very soon. But for now, we will move on to looking at the other 2 tiers. So Tier 1, we've got Tier 2 and Tier 3 yet to have a look into the lineup. So let's move on to that. McLaren, as you saw, Christian and Bailey both in the papaya orange car. And in Tier 2, it's Bascadinho and Brazzi, along with someone called Joel 8 and Bonkers in Tier 3.
That Joel 8, he's pretty handy, isn't he, Joel? I've seen him. He's taken me out a few times when I used to race. Yes. But yes, in the Mercedes, of course, we have Noah and Verch. Tier 2, we've got Danny Banani, Danny F1 this time, and of course the German Horizon, last season's commentator. And Tier 3, we've got Raptor Man, or Raptor Main, I'm not sure. And then we have got Sandoman, something like that, Joel.
And Red Bull, Makenda, and let's say this right now, Persegili. Sounds Italian. His finish, I can assure you, Cursed, makes his return to SLR. Is a strong member of the 2S community. He has been rapid in time trial this game so far, as has AR Gamer, his teammate. Those two together in Tier 2 are a formidable opponent, especially in qualifying. You could see them locking out quite a few front rows together, as Slowpoke, who I'm sure his name is a juxtaposition of his pace, and Delta X-Ron in Tier 3 Red Bull.
Yeah, that Tier 2 of Red Bull is actually really strong, as you say, Joel. But moving on, we already know that we've got Tier 1 with Justin and Kate. That is actually a really, I was going to swear there, that's a really strong team there. But Tier 2, El Sony and Pep. What the hell is that kind of name? Pep Matman? Pep Matman? Whatever. And Tier 3, I'm murdering these names, Magnetic and Lars.
Moving on to Williams, Jammy and Meepo, that combination as we saw in Tier 1. John Wick, a very interesting driver in Tier 2, very quick, definitely has the chance to win the championship, one of the contenders early on, alongside, here we go, Hivduch. Call him Hiv. Alongside Hiv and Tilde and Larson, very loyal members of the SLR community and very solid and consistent drivers for Williams in Tier 3.
Usually what I do, Joe, if I can't figure out the names, I just call them Jim. So here comes Jim. But yes, in the Alpine, the French team of Alpine, Renault. Tier 1, of course, we've got Tuguet and the Desi. Tier 2, we've got Joe. These are unknown quantities to me. I've been away for a while. So Joe and Labratan. Labradon?
Labratdan.
Labratdan. Oh, that was Labratdan. We come up with these names, lads. And then Tier 3, of course, we've got Eagle Ghost and Creeper. Is Creeper his brother? Isn't that right?
I think that's Action Brother, isn't it? It may be a
Yeah,
different.
Yeah, so Eagle Ghost and his brother Action in Tier 3.
And Sauber F1 team, Rocco and Gamab, the two relatively new drivers to Tier 1. We'll see how they get on. Icewind, a SLR OG from the Season 1, alongside Eversnacks, who leans with his wheel to try and get extra oversteer into corners. And Keyboard Magnussen, the keyboard warrior. And Timefuff returns. If you remember, that is Crimsonium.
Oh, flip me. We're going back a long time there. Crimsonium, welcome, my man. Oh, it's just making me feel really old, Joel. But I know Icewind in Tier 2. That's going to be really interesting because that man is quick. But yes, Aston Martin, Copy, Tier 1 Champ and Bobo, as we've seen earlier. Tier 2 in the Aston is Sim Soares, very rapid driver, and Pixupa, also very quick. That's quite a competitive Tier 2 team there for Aston Martin. And then, of course, Tier 3, Piggy and Sam Madsen. Madsen? Yeah. Piggy, also quite rapid. Sam is an unknown quantity. I'll be looking forward to tuning in this season to see how he gets on.
Yeah, but usually when people just have their full names as their gamer tag, they're usually absolutely rapid. So no pressure, Sam. Tier 1, the Italian Stallion. Night Owl and Finley Smith in Tier 1. Gula and Fedevara reunited once again, this time at Fede's home team in Italy. Scarlet Red Ferrari. Those two will be one to watch. And the old-time combination of Futuristic and Ocean Chief, reigning constructor champions in their reigning constructor car. They both stick at Ferrari in the same tier, looking to defend this season.
Yeah, that Ferrari team for Tier 3 is for the main contenders, I think, for Tier 3 at the moment. But we'll see. Tier 1, of course, for Haas, Alex Norris and Rising Moon. But Tier 2 is Joe and Iron F1. I'm not going to pronounce the rest of that name. I can't do it. And then Tier 3 is Mazvin and Mike.
And just one more team left. No, there's not, because I can't do maths. That is the lineup for Season 18. And all that's left to do, Tipsy, now is to reveal the calendar. Ooh.
Can't wait. Now, there is a little bit of an interesting aspect to the calendar that Joel's going to be pulling up here, and you will see shortly that there is a sprint session in, I think, two races?
Two sprint races.
And we will explain shortly how that's going to work.
Okay, let's
Joel,
reveal. Here we go.
There we go.
So,
there we are, folks. This is your
off.
calendar.
Kicking off Season 18 with Austria, the fastest lap of the season in the first track, as we make the long-haul flight over to China, the Shanghai International Circuit, known for its low grip conditions and variable weather. Great Britain, always a classic, and very happy to have that in the first season on this brand new game. Texas, Circuit of the Americas, is round 4, and Monaco, round 5. That will definitely be interesting.
Yes, and then of course we move on to Belgium with the S, which is a sprint, and this is going to be a slightly different format, I believe. Give me 2 seconds and I'll call it up here. Where is it? Yeah, so the sprint format. So the sprint race will be the grid based on reverse championship order. Then the normal short quali and race. That's exactly what I have in front of me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is
so the
correct.
Sprint, it'll be a sprint race with the grid will be based on the reverse of the championship. So whoever's at the bottom of the championship when we get into that race, they will be starting first. And likewise, the person starting first will be at the last championship order, and then normal, short quali, and the race.
Yeah, that will be an interesting watch, because you'll have maybe drivers who are quick but have not got the points in the championship will be starting from pole. Maybe time for them to gain some points and get back into the championship fight. Equally, you'll have really fast drivers at the back and maybe some more consistent but slightly slower drivers at the front, and hopefully it will all bunch up and give us some amazing racing. Round 7, as we go into the European portion of the season, is at Hungary, Monaco without walls, and round 8, AR Gamer's favourite track and the high-speed circuit that is Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, moving on into the, where are we, round 9 here, we got into Spain. You can hear my phone peeping because that's my wife messaging me, and I asked her not to. Listen to that, she's still doing it. Oh yes, actually she is reminding me of something which we will get to in a minute when we get to the end of this. But yes, round 8 is of course Spain, some people call it Pain. Round 10 is another sprint race, of course we explained earlier, it'll be reverse grid, USA and Miami. Moving round 11 is Netherlands, Zandvoort. Round 12, Italy, Monza. 13, Azerbaijan, one of my favourite tracks back when I used to race. And we will be finishing off season 18 in Japan in Suzuka. And if we can just quickly address it, Joel, while I getting inundated here by these text messages, which you might have heard on the stream, that is my wife, and she was wanting me to remind everyone to wish her happy birthday. She's totally not 41.
Oh yes. Happy birthday, Kitsune. Everyone in the chat wish her a happy birthday. And there is one more thing to let you guys know about, as there is a tier 4 which has not been included in this reveal because it's going to be used as a development tier. It will run on the same day as tier 2, and it will be used to sort of observe new drivers who want to work their way up the ranks to a full-time seat in one of the top 3 tiers. So keep an eye out for up-and-coming talent in the tier 4 channels, which will be opened very soon, I'm sure. That is about all we got time for, Tipsy, and well, it's been a jam-packed hour or so, and glad you could join me. I'm definitely looking forward to the season, especially a tier 1 looks absolutely stacked.
Yes, and well, as you say, there isn't really much more for us to cover right now, but tune in next week. Wednesday is whenever it all kicks off. Season 18 kicks off on SLR, and it'll be covered, of course, by myself and you, Joel, but I think you might be missing the first stream, so who knows who I'll be commentating with. It might be Mr. Chief. Get him back if he's feeling well. And yeah, so if you want to hear all this, how it unfolds, it'll be starting on Wednesday next week.
Absolutely. And yeah, same days as usual, so tier 2 on Thursday and 3 on Friday. So we will see you all on Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you around. Cheers, folks. Bye.